Hey everybody. I'm here today to do discussion boards for week 8. And hold on, let's get to the questions here so I make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, so having read Eudora Welty, Flannery O'Connor, and William Faulkner, what are your thoughts on how each of them depict the American South? Um, Faulkner and O'Connor kind of depict it um, the same, more or less. I only had A Rose for Emily in my textbook by William Faulkner, and I read 2 or 3 of the Flannery O'Connor pieces in the book, as well as a couple plot summaries of some other books she had written. Books and, well, short stories mainly. And this, they're very similar. I got notes written here on my computer. They both stay true to Southern values. William Faulkner a little bit more eloquent in doing so. He uses kind of I don't want to say a rhyme, but he's got a certain um, kind of structure, it seems like, in his writing, and he stays pretty true to it. Um, Flannery O'Connor, same sort of thing. She's eloquent as well. I mean, they're both great writers. They're both eloquent, of course, but like their word choices and how they choose to, uh, I don't want to say deliver, but how they choose to structure their sentences in their writing. Um, Flannery O'Connor touched a little bit more on some darker subjects, I thought. Um, I mean, William Faulkner did talk about the arsenic and um, her killing herself and how all sorts of things in A Rose for Emily. Um, both O'Connor and Faulkner, like I said, touch on Southern values, so religion. A couple other people made good points when they said the fact that the community would come together, although they would, also talk crap about Emily and the fact that she wasn't married at the age she died at, and things of that nature. But they still came together, although they didn't necessarily um, like her the best. And and O'Connor, some of the same things rang true. In A Good Man Is Hard to Find. Um, they they talked to everybody, even though you didn't know if they had known them or not. True with the Misfit, my grandmother really tried to delve into the Misfits' life, and she got out of he used to be in the choir and things of that nature. Um, I didn't really expect Flannery O'Connor or William Faulkner to drop the N bomb as as much as they did or do. Um, Flannery O'Connor has a short story entitled "The Artificial N Word," and it's pretty interesting. I'd recommend you check it out. It will definitely fits into this sort of theme that we're talking about. Anyway, I'll go into Eudora Welty. Eudora Welty also kind of preached Southern values, and I felt like she had a little bit more of like a relationship with her surroundings in her writing. Um, and hold on, I can't read my notes here. And oh yeah, so okay, so human relationships and with their surroundings. And in the video, I thought she had a couple really nice little tidbits. She said, "I judge because my eyes are based on experience, and that Southerners are talkers by nature." I think that's pretty true. I live in North Carolina right now. I'm doing this from North Carolina, and everybody's a lot more friendly than I've ever known. I don't necessarily like it. Um, I'm from Alaska originally, and I've lived in the North for quite a bit um, of my life, and so I'm not really used to this whole Southern hospitality thing, and um, neighbors bring you baked goods when you move in, and every time you drive past a neighbor and they're walking, they expect you to stop and talk, but I don't have time for all that. And then the Harry Crews, before I get into the next question, the Harry Crews video, um, he had a couple of good quotes I really enjoyed. He said that in the Sears Roebuck's catalog, that it was weird seeing all those pretty people, because most people in the South were maimed and mutilated. Everyone would tell stories of the way it was, or told stories. It was a way of telling who they were in the world, and it was their understanding of themselves. And I think that's really well said, considering what I've read between these three authors, Flannery O'Connor, William Faulkner, and Eudora Welty. I think that rings pretty true. As far as the second question here, do you feel that the South is indeed a unique part of America? Um, I, I believe it is, but I guess it depends on what part of the South you're in. There's southern cities, there's rural South, there's the state of Texas, which you go too far north, you're in a different spot than you were if you were so far south. Same with the east, same with the west, and same with the central location of Texas. Um, but at the same time, if you go to the Midwest or um, even like Middle East, like anywhere in that little pocket, you're going to be out of your comfort range. I think it rings true with everywhere in America. Everywhere is different. You're going to find different values. You're going to find different accents and cultures, um, and that's life. Um, yes, it's different, but I wouldn't say that it's like anything out of the norm. It wouldn't be like going to Korea. I've been to Korea, and that was an extreme culture shock. I, I couldn't even explain it to you. Um, Back to the first question, because I feel like I didn't answer that adequately enough. Um, my thoughts on how they depict the American South. So, The American South by William Faulkner, I feel like he depicted it as he knew it. Um, I read in a couple different biographies that the county he wrote about. Let me see if I can pronounce this. Yak Napa Tafa County is fictional, and he made it up and pretty much based it on Lafayette County, where he grew up. And so I feel like he really was like writing about what he knew. As far as Flannery O'Connor, same sort of thing, except she might have put a little bit of a twist on it. I only say that because I don't think she saw all the really um, grotesque things that she writes about, as far as like murders and rapes and things of that nature. She may have, I don't know. Everybody leads a different life. And as far as Eudora Welty, she's like a real sweetheart. Uh, I, I think she's pretty much spot on with what she writes as well. I think everybody just writes pretty much what they know, and does really doesn't stray too far from that. Um, and that's Let me make sure I've fulfilled all these things here. Yeah, so that's it for this week. I'll see you next week, and uh, come in. I'll see you next week, and I look forward to reading your responses. Thanks.